Hi, Lincoln.
Hi, my friend.
Hi, guys. You're welcome to Amplify. And you might be wondering why we are in your faces right now, but we just want to talk about the truth of the gospel in a creative way. And we came up with this idea. So we hope you enjoy. Being our first episode, we're just going to ask each other a few questions so that you can get to know us and know what all of this is about.
Okay. So you might be wondering, how did we even meet in the first place? I mean, Seyi was a famza of mine. She loved my face, dark skin beauty.
Sure.
Yes, but
Bro,
basically,
I didn't even know you up until like 200 level.
it's true.
Yeah.
No,
so
wait,
guys,
but I knew you before 200 level. Like, you were just this short girl.
you know we are almost the same height, so you calling me short is kind of
But like, okay, but well, that's what made me even notice. Like, you used to wear like these really nice tops, so I'm just like, oh, this really light-skinned short girl, like so cute, just walking up. Like, did you like you would usually just walk alone? Like, most of the time you are late for class, so that's why I always like notice.
Yeah,
So.
the reason why she knows this is because we went to school together and we were in the same department. So yes, in my 100 level, I didn't really have friends in our level per se. So
Yeah. So I usually, when I'm drawn to people, I just make sure that they become my friend at all costs, and they end up being my friends. So.
I think the truth is actually that you were a friend of my friend. And then because like she was friends with my friend, we basically became, closer.
Yeah, actually.
And then we started going to class together, sitting in class together and all of those things. So that's how we met.
Yeah. So how did Amplify come about in the first place? I mean, there are so many other podcasts, It's even like crowding the entire media space at the moment. And then someone probably see them like, oh, yes, just another
podcast, right?
Right, yeah. But then there's a story behind why Amplify even exists in the first place. I mean, I think there was a day we had a conversation that was probably our final year in school. And then we're just really angry, if that's the word, about, how false ideology just crowds the whole place. Like, people just say stuff and then it's taken as the truth. Meanwhile, there's a standard to follow. We both know that there's a standard to follow, right? But then it seems like people are making rules for themselves just so they can have an excuse for the behaviors that they have on the internet.
And it seemed like there were just different groups of people. There were those that are like naive believers, so maybe they're just coming to the body of Christ. And, like a baby, you're looking for stuff to eat, to grow, of course, and then you come on the internet. I mean, it's the era of social media and internet. Anybody can take their phone, say anything, and people will take it as it is. And those believers who want the truth of God's word are being saturated with false truths, right? And then we have those that actually know the truth, but they are not very grounded in it, so they are swayed by anything.
And then there's also some people that make excuses, like they are new in the faith and then they want to just have things that can make them be like one leg in and one leg out.
Yeah, like in between.
Yeah. So they are still allowed to do all the other normal things that they were doing before.
So how far is too far?
Yeah, exactly. So like they want to have the best of both worlds in quotes. So yes.
So you're not black, you're not white, you're just like grey in between.
Basically.
Something like that. So
it's not good.
It's not good at all. So what we're doing here would be a major contribution to basically saturating our generation with more of the truth so that we can all, be grounded in our faith. So we're just going to get to know each other a little bit by asking random questions.
So what's a random talent or quirky skill that not many people know you have?
It's not really like quirky, but I'm a really good cook. I believe I'm a really good cook. I take it as a skill. Yes, I've not gone to it, but I believe my mother has trained me well. I enjoy doing it, and I believe I do it very well. So, if you're my friend, you're welcome to my kitchen to try it anytime.
Okay, so I can, always come to your house. And we can live together, actually. I have said this so many times. Let's live together. I will provide the money, and you provide the food.
Would you move in with me, or we'll find a house for ourselves?
I'll move in with you now. Your parents are welcome to have another daughter.
Let's say my father is not releasing me till I get married.
So, Daddy, if you're watching this, another daughter is being welcomed into your house.
Yay.
So for me, do I have any quirky skill? Or I'm pretty straightforward. I don't have any
Nothing out of the ordinary.
that I no. Well, I don't have. I actually don't have. People don't believe that I can sing though. So like that's the only thing.
You cannot sing.
People don't believe, but I know that the Lord gave me the talent to sing, and I can sing. So
it's just not known to others.
Yeah, it's not known to others.
I understand.
But yeah, I can sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you could eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, just one type, what would it be?
Spaghetti. Yes. I think that's the only thing that I can actually eat and not get tired of, because I get tired of food easily, especially bread. I don't like bread. But
That's very strange. Especially growing up in a Nigerian background where every morning is probably bread.
I think that's what even made me dislike bread the more, because it's like that's the go-to, and then I just got tired of it after some time. Like bread. No.
I feel you. I think for me it would be beans, which is very weird. A lot of people I know don't like beans, and a lot of people make fun of me because I'm not necessarily tall. So if this is my favorite food, because you know that whole if you eat beans you grow tall. Oh yeah, that's my favorite food, and I feel it's very versatile, and that's why I like it. You can eat beans and bread, beans and plantain, beans and rice, beans and anything. So I can live on beans for the rest of my life, and I'll be very okay.
Be scared of her in the night. Okay, so if you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
That's a very good question. I'll say Paul. Paul from the Bible. Yes, I feel like he's a very interesting character. He's like he just seems to me like a very cranky grandpa. I mean, like half of the New Testament, was written by him, right? And the way he wrote was just very, very like grandpa-ish, like, oh you foolish, like
those grandpas that don't hold their insults, like,
no. I think I'd like to have a chit chat with Paul and see, just pick at his brain a little bit. Who would I like to sit and eat with? Oh my God, Ezinezara. I absolutely love Ezinezara. She's like one of my favorite Christian content creators, and I just love how free and natural she is, how unapologetic she is about talking about the Lord and the truth of His word. And she has done so many great things at a young age, and she's like a huge role model for me. So I'd love to eat with her. Last person, I would say, just when I remember a third one, maybe I'll say it. But who would you like to eat with, dead or alive?
Okay, so mine might be very, very creepy. So number 1 is a very famous serial killer.
Oh my God! You know, I knew you were going to say.
So probably someone like Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy, just because I want to know what it feels like. I recently found a Christian psychopath, right?
What?
So I'm thinking if I can meet with a serial killer that is like a psychopath, and then I can actually defend the gospel, like sit down and actually talk about and get him to, I mean, their brain is very, like the way they think is very fascinating to me. So having a conversation about God and making them see the truth. I mean, they are not moved. One thing I love about them is that they are not moved by their emotions or how their feelings. So if you can prove the truth to them, I mean, there's a psychopath that is a Christian that exists. So just having a conversation with them and why they actually killed, what the thrill was like for them. I know there are a lot of interviews there, but like having like a private conversation. Oh well, they should not. They won't kill me in Jesus. But having a private conversation where like they are just telling me about what they feel, like how it was for them, and if they knew the truth earlier, would they have done things differently and things like that, and just see how their life would be if they actually found out the truth. Another weird person is Michael Jackson.
Girl, what?
Yeah,
Michael Jackson, how? Where?
He's a legend. I don't know.
Okay.
People that have made so much impact. I mean, you need to. What was it that they did? That made. I mean, there were people that fainted and died during his concert. Like just having conversation with people, like someone that made that much impact on the world, even till now, he's still the most talked about. So like having a conversation with him and just picking at his brain. Basically, I just love to know how people think. So yes, and then the last person will be my pastor. Yeah.
Hey.
So yeah, that's
Tell it.
so yeah, just having biblical.
Who's your pastor now?
Okay, my pastor is Apostle Emmanuel Aaron.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's just having a conversation with him, like arguments about biblical theological things, biblical standards that are currently in the world, and then just things that he has not spoken about
To the
public. Yes, yeah.
I think I know my third one. Well, they're actually two. They're a couple. So Candace Owens and her husband. I just can't remember his name right now, but I feel they are very interesting personalities, and the boldness in which she's able to go out there and hold conversation in political spaces, and she's still a believer, right? And she's not moving. Like she will tell you clear straight, like, I'm a believer, this is what I believe. And even the political space, I will come up, I'll show up, right? And nobody's moving me. Like she's basically like a role model for a lot of people, a lot of women that feel they don't have a voice in the political space and can still stand in their faith. So I think I'd like to have a conversation with her and eat with her and her husband as well. They are both very interesting. So you said something earlier when you were talking about wanting to dine with Jeffrey Dahmer. How, like, if you guys
wanted to die.
Dine.
Okay, dine. Okay.
Like you said, but he won't kill me, Sha. Something like that. So I wanted to ask, do you fear death? Honestly, like, do you fear death?
Well, I don't fear death. I'm afraid of dying maybe too early or like the way I would die, basically. I mean, I don't want to die by a taxi or something. Or like, a car or a keke hitting me or something.
Keke now.
Gunshot is honorable.
What?
At least maybe I'm saving somebody, like my
Fair
man
enough.
now,
Your man should be the one.
No, but like, as the lover girl.
I love it.
The lover girl that I am.
Times are changing.
Times are changing for real.
I'll take a grenade for you.
Exactly, my man, if you're watching. Wink. But like, yes. So basically, I'm not afraid of dying because I know where I'm going when I die. But like how I would die and then the people I'll leave behind, if I would have made enough impact before, going. I don't want to die. I want to die probably when I'm like 80 something. Those that want to live up to 100 and...
I don't get it. I'll never understand it.
I mean, but like, so basically those are the contexts in which, I'm scared around the subject of death. Not necessarily of the departing, because believers never die. And even if I die, I mean, it's not the end. I'm going to meet Jesus, which is like better than what we're experiencing currently with, especially with the economy and stuff.
Like we're basically living a fallen world.
Yeah. So that's just my stance on death. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I agree, right? It's not like I fear the concept of death. It's just like the people I'm leaving behind, like the tears, the memories, and all of those things. I just hate seeing like in funerals where they are holding you, or no, when they come to your house and then everybody's on the floor saying,
but they always hire people to come and cry. Like I think in China, like it's a tradition, like they hire wailers, like people that will come, like imagine meeting someone and then their profession is a wailer. So like,
how do they generate the tears? Is it the onions?
When there's money involved,
the tears come out.
So like, yes, well, if you pay me $1 million, I will come and cry at your father's burial or your grandfather. Yeah, if he's over 90. Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so what do you do for fun? Like,
For fun, well, I love to watch Korean movies. Yes, I'm a K-drama queen. I love it. Anyone, I've been there, I've watched it. I don't even know his real name, but I still feel like
Gojo.
his real
Okay.
name. But like my man
Lee
crush.
Min-ho now.
Lee Min-ho. My man crush Lee Min-ho. Oh my god. Right from Boys Over Flowers till date. I think the recent one I'm watching is something about him being in space, an astronaut, and he falls in love with one babe. I love it. So I do that for fun. Anytime I just want to delight myself. Food must be there, of course. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. So food, Netflix, AC, my room, love it. I'm having fun. I'm having an amazing time. And then I also just love to watch YouTube videos. Like random videos, whether celebrity news or random podcast or like the various kind of stuff. Really, I love to watch YouTube. I think something else I do for fun is my family. I love spending time with my family. And yeah, I'm a very like energetic, loud person. So I love to disturb a lot. So I find pleasure in making people say, leave me alone now. Why you disturb? That's why I basically do for fun. So what do you do for fun?
So for me, I like laughing a lot. So I always ensure that whatever I'm watching makes me laugh. Whatever it is.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, so usually YouTube is the best place to find something that makes you laugh. Currently, what is, tickling my fancy is paternity courts. The outrageous stories that I've heard.
My friend is weird, guys.
So I've heard outrageous stories about, them, the guy not being the father. The stories just make me laugh because, people lie. There's one girl that was married. Then she had a boyfriend and then she was engaged to somebody else and she was lying to all three of them. And then when they now asked her why she's lying, she said she wanted to just have a family
with 3 men. Wow,
that's the fun of it.
It's giving Solomon. Is there any female name for Solomon?
That's the fun of it. So it's very ridiculous when you hear some stories. So it just makes me laugh. If it's not that, I'm probably watching something very political. I'm weird. As I said, I'm boring because I don't think what I like, most people in my age gap like them. Right? Yes. So, but that's what I do for fun. Yeah.
I think like I'm not really a huge fan of like American series, but if I was to point to something that I really, really enjoyed, like she said, like she loves to laugh. I also love to laugh a lot. So Friends, whenever I'm feeling down,
yes,
just turn on Friends. I can watch Friends like over and over and over again from season 1 to the end, and I will not get tired. And some people are like, we don't even get their jokes. Like you just hear people laughing in the background, but what they're saying is not even funny. It's not true. It's funny. It's very funny. You just don't have a sense of humor.
Like when you watch it the second time, the third time, you start to get the joke.
Yeah, or the cues.
Yes, you actually, it now starts to make sense to you. It's funny.
I mean, I heard that Chandler died. Oh my God, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. So he was my favorite character of all time. But I think that's something that just makes me laugh. Yeah, and I love to watch Friends. Yeah.
Okay, so that's enough about us. I think we've entertained you guys. You've gotten to know a little bit about us. In the next episode, you see our characters come out even much more. We'll get to talk about issues in the society and how it pertains to us as believers. Till next time, don't miss us too much.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Hilltop.